This is the Padres POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the
San Diego Padres.
Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, Padres fan? Welcome to your Padres POSTCAST on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. My name is Jim Greasehaber. Call me Grease, G-R-I-E-S, at Jim Grease _ on social media. Give me a follow, make you holla. And man, oh man, we were hollering tonight, weren't we? I've been hollering at the TV, hollering at my phone, hollering at everything as I'm watching this game and going through it. I mean, we have a lot of things we have to do to prep as we go along to get ready for the show. But man, this game tonight had me on the edge of my seat. It was playoff energy, playoff vibes. It was absolute, just tension. You could cut it with a knife in the air. And in the end, it was a 10-inning loss for the Padres. Their season-opening win streak at Petco Park gets snapped. 11-1 now at home, and their first loss on this homestand after winning the first 4 games against the Rockies, allowing no runs in 3 games. And then they gave up 4 to the Cubs last night, 1 tonight in a 2-1 loss. We will break that one down right here on the POSTCAST. But first things first, I grease freaks all the honeys, dummies, Playboy bunnies. Those wanting money, those are the ones I like, because I always tell them we're free on YouTube. We're free wherever you get your podcasts. That means Spotify, that means Apple, that means iHeart. And I also tell them, all them freaks, that we're free on Roku. OTT. Yeah, you know me, this whole party. So they go, Grease, you down with OPP? I go, no, I'm down with OTT. Free on Roku, on the Locked On Podcast Network. And tonight's show brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets, also 50 more. Let me start over. Right now, new customers can get $250 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins with FanDuel. I think they just upped that. Had me saying 200 FanDuel, and you went and upped it to 250. That's the kind of thing they're doing for you all the time. We tell you day in and day out, you everydayers know this. We got the hookup. Holla if you hear me. Every single day, we have deals for you that you just get because we're part of this huge network, a conglomerate of shows, 220 plus intermingled and related, but not really. You see, like the Padres have a show and the Rockies have a show. For what reason, I wonder, and I have no idea. You know what I mean? But the Dodgers, who? The Dodgers? Yeah, and the Giants, all them teams have a show. But we'll update you on the scoreboard, the standings, and all that stuff here tonight. We'll tell you what went down in this game, really. 2 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the Cubs, 1-5-1 for the Pods, and playing with fire all night long. Cubs leaving runners on base all night long. That vaunted bullpen of the Padres pitching out of jams all night long. Randy Vasquez early in the game pitching out of jams. But, hey, real quick, while you're here, throw us a sub. You don't mind, hit that. Hit the bell as well so you get the alerts when we're coming your way with more content. And come on into the chat and say what is up. 2-1, the final. The Cubbies win it in 10 innings. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. And here is what we will be doing tonight on your Padres POSTCAST.
This is what you'll be talking about.
First things first, how about look at Manny Machado up there. There's Fernando Tatis in the 42 and the Brooklyn Dodger blue. And think about this, right? And I just wanted to make sure that I get this in tonight before we get into it. And we're going to give you the box score. We're going to give you the rundown and tell you everything that happened. Get you ready for tomorrow's series finale and all that jazz and all that stuff, right? But first things first, you see the 42. And you know what the 42 stands for, right? It's not Don Julio. Come on. The 42, right, in Major League Baseball is Jackie Robinson. And we know that he broke Major League Baseball's color barrier on April 15th of 1947. Think about that. He also hit .311 in his career. And the 1947 Rookie of the Year, the 1949 National League MVP and batting champ, 6 World Series appearances, 1-time world champion, Hall of Famer, legend, the incredible, the one, the only Jackie Robinson, honored throughout Major League Baseball tonight with everybody wearing a 42 on their back, including Manny Machado with a 9-pitch at bat, hits a home run. The Cubs dropped 2 foul pop-ups in 1 AB. And then Manny hits that's ridiculous, right? That run should be unearned, right? Think about this. And I think it really is incredible when you think about the Padres and their start to this season. So many things have to go right. The starting pitching's been magnificent. The bullpen's been otherworldly phenomenal. And, they gave a stat tonight, a number tonight, as a matter of fact. Where is it? I had it written down for you here amongst the 780 other things that I had written down for you here. Look at my notes. Isn't this great? It's like the old school days in high school. There it is, a 0.84 ERA on this homestand for the Padres. That's incredible. And 3 straight shutouts playing Rockies will do that for you. So, anywho, when I think about this game tonight, it's just the Padres pitching and their bullpen phenomenal. The Cubs runners in scoring position weren't doing so well, and then they finally came through. And look, you got the automatic runner to start an extra, so it's really a roll of the dice, a crapshoot, right? The Cubs have Swanson because he made the out in the last out of the previous inning, and he comes in and scores on Nico Hoerner's triple. They pitch out of it. Look, Yuki Matsui did a great job in the 10th of keeping it to 1 run. Had a runner on third with nobody out. Got a shallow fly to center, no sac fly. Back-to-back strikeouts. I mean, so many big pitches made throughout this game tonight by both teams. And the Cubs bullpen, which got ripped in game 1 of this series, really came through big time tonight for the Cubbies. But, really not an offensive game. I mean, Tucker had 2 hits for the Cubs, 3 for 5 for Hoerner with an RBI. The other RBI was for Crow Armstrong, or by Crow Armstrong. But really, it was the pitching staff tonight for the Cubs. The unearned run allowed by Imanaga on the Machado home run. But again, they should have retired him twice on drop pop-ups. So that's an unearned run. He had 7 strikeouts, 3 walks, gave up 4 hits in 5 innings. Quick hook tonight for him. He had 93 pitches, and the Padres are happy to see him out of there. It's the second time they faced him this season, and they haven't had much luck against him at all. But Palencia, Merriweather, Hodge, Presley, and Thielbar were fantastic tonight, man. They gave up 1 hit total, and that was Hodge. Gave up a hit, and that was Arraez with a single. And other than that, there was nothing. And think about this, the end of the game, right, for the Padres, and we'll hit the rest of the Padres box in a minute. But in the bottom of the 10th inning, you start off and you hit for Jason Hayward. And you do, and I'm wondering, like, Connor Joe, he starts the year in AAA, El Paso, down in that old Texas town of El Paso. Why are you hitting for Hayward, man? The lefty-lefty thing with Thielbar, Jason Hayward, the guy's 100 years old. He's been in the big leagues forever, a wealth of experience, and you're starting with a runner on second. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, why, man? Why? And then Iglesias with a beautiful steal of third. You get him over there with 1 out, sets up the sacrifice fly. Fernando Tatis, you get down 2-0, and you just concede the intentional walk with 2 down because the ground ball up the middle off the bat of Elias was deflected by Thielbar and knocked it down. And Iglesias unable to score. As great as he was with the steal of third base, he wasn't able to score on that, and it would have taken perfect base running to score in that scenario by him, but he wasn't able to do it. And so, you get Tatis on first and Iglesias on third. Here's Luis Arraez, multiple-time batting champion. Like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, you're swinging at the first pitch you see in a lefty-lefty matchup, and we just didn't grow up playing the game that way and seeing the game played certainly this way at the highest level. But who am I to question a multiple-time batting champion for swinging at the first pitch? But can you imagine Tony Gwynn swinging at that pitch? I mean, am I splitting hairs? I'm picking on Luis Arraez, I know, but I would not have swung at the first pitch. I'm not a multiple-time batting champion. I know, but I would not. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, man. Let's just play the game the right way. And I'm not so sure that was the right way, or if he even had the green light there. But a lot of strikeouts tonight for the Cubs, too. Machado struck out twice, and Hayward struck out twice in this game for the Padres. Maldonado struck out twice in this game, but a total of 11 strikeouts. The Padres, again, struggling with runners in scoring position tonight. They just weren't able to get it going. And where are we at here? 0 for 7. 8 left on base. 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. So not a good night there for San Diego. But the bullpen, again, really fantastic. Only 3 hits allowed in 5 innings of work. And, yeah, you got the run allowed by Matsui. But really, that was the run was that run charged to – where was it? Nope. No, Matsui. Yeah, it was all Matsui in the 10th, and it was the automatic runner to start the inning. This is your Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease. I know it wasn't a win, San Diego, but you're in the gas lamp district. It's 10 o'clock. You know what I mean? There's worse things that could be happening in your life right now, and if you're not in the gas lamp district, you should ask yourself, why not? But you're watching either way. Just want to remind you that we are free here on YouTube. We're free on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever you get your podcast for that matter, and on Roku with your Padres postcast still to come. We're going to give you the stars of the game, give you the turning point, and a look ahead till tomorrow. Padres postcast, Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. First things first, a couple of deals from the sponsors who love to show you love, and you know how much we love to pass that love right on to you. Dun, 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 dun. It's almost like I have to hear superhero music when I'm talking about FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are started right now. Think about that. You had the Dubs and the Grizzlies in a play-in game, a classic tonight. Golden State survives against Memphis, Orlando, and Atlanta before that. Miami tomorrow in the East against the Bulls. Just so many. And Luka with the Lakers. And can the Celtics repeat with all those guys? And yeah, FanDuel with the NBA playoffs here, giving new customers an incredible way to get in on the action right now. When you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if your bet wins. And think about it, without a professional basketball team in San Diego, you're a free agent. You go where the money is. I love how FanDuel makes betting so easy, whether it's picking my favorite team or diving into player props. From three-pointers to steals to assists. FanDuel, so many ways to bet your favorite player props. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into a same-game parlay for a chance to win big, big money. Do not miss out. Head to FanDuel.com now and claim your $250 in bonus bets today from FanDuel on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And tonight's show had a pause for the cause and for the podcast audience a little bit there. Insertion, it's podcast term. Basketball and baseball, hockey playoffs are heating up, and there's no better way to turn your sports knowledge into real rewards than with Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy. With Prize Picks, you simply pick more or less on at least 2 player projections, and you're in. You can even combine players across sports, basketball, hockey, baseball, and more for your chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash. Here's what I'm picking this week. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. I picked Luka Doncic for more than 28 points and Jason Tatum for more than 8 rebounds. How about hockey? Connor McDavid, for more than 1 goal, and Austin Matthews for more than 5 shots on goal. He's a shot machine. What I love is how easy it is to set up your lineup in under 60 seconds, right? Easy peasy. Prize Picks even runs cool promos like Taco Tuesday, where they discount player projections up to 25% for even more value, and payouts are fast, safe, and secure. So download the app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup on Prize Picks. Run your game. On the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Jim Greasehaber, call me Grease, and I am pumped to have you here with me tonight. As always, I mean, you can't win them all, right? 14-4 San Diego, and of course, you lose 2-1 in 10 tonight. You know, the tying runs 90 feet away. Arraez loops one out to left. He swings at the first pitch, and you're supposed to take one. I mean, you go, it's lefty, you take it. I mean, the guy's a 300 hitter. He's a machine. His nickname's the Sprinkler. But my experience is you see more pitches, you have a better chance. But again, who am I with a batting champion? I'm just saying that it just kind of irritates me. Maybe I'm being too much of a baseball purist, or maybe I should just stop because the guy's a multiple-time batting champ. And look, we're getting spoiled, right? You're getting spoiled. They scored 10 runs last night, just couldn't get it done tonight. 0 for 7, runners in scoring position. Really missing Jackson Merrill. Here we go, Cronenworth. Oh, boo-hoo, Jim. But, you know, I mean, look, it's a 162-game season. You don't have Musgrove all year. Darvish, who knows when he's coming. The rotation, Vasquez was great again tonight. Let's take a look, by the way. We'll take a look at the standings and the scoreboard. Un momento, por favor. But let's take a look. Again, 2 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors for the Cubs, 1-5 and 1 for the Padres. Chicago scored 1 in the 6th and 1 in the 10th. The Padres 1 in the 5th and 1 in the 5th, actually. Just 1 in the 5th. What am I saying? It was 2-1. So, real quick, Tatis was 1 for 4 with a walk. Arraez 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Machado 1 for 4 with the homer and the 2 strikeouts. Let's see who else had a hit. Gonzalez was 1 for 2. Iglesias 1 for 4 at a stolen base. That's about it. 0 for 7 runners in scoring position. And Machado's home run came with 2 outs in the 5th inning with nobody on after they had dropped 2 foul pop-ups. And really just a great job by the Cubs all night long. But Vasquez was solid. 5 innings, 7 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts through 80 pitches. Very solid. ERA's at 1.74. Pavetta's going to go tomorrow. Morejon was great. Pitched out of a jam tonight. Gave up a hit. Really did a nice job getting out of it. I love me some Morejon. I know you do too, Morejon. And then Estrada, fantastic. 2 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, no nothing in an inning. And Adam, 1 walk, 1 strikeout in an inning. Suarez pitched an inning. Gave up just nothing, just 1 hit and a strikeout, 1 hit by Matsui, 1 run by Matsui, 2 strikeouts by Matsui. So 8 strikeouts overall for the Padres. And again, the ERA is just a skosh over 1, just a skosh over 1 in on this homestand, which is 5 games. And then tomorrow they'll wrap it up. All right, real quick before we get on out of here, couple things to do benchmark-wise while you're here. Throw us a sub, will you please? Smash that subscribe button. You know you want to. Hit the bell. Ring my bell so you get alerted when we're coming your way with more content. And come on into the chat and say what's up. I get a little lonely. I need someone to talk to. I'm standing here staring at a guy. I'm like the hunchback over here right here. I stand up straight, Jim. There we go. Look at Manny with that 42. The beautiful follow-through on the swing. Crushes that home run. And there you have the that's the Cubbies right there. But you know what? It was a good win by the Cubs. And here's the biggest takeaway I have from this game, and that is that it's playoff atmosphere, man. It is playoff atmosphere all the way, playoff energy. The players are playing like it's a playoff game. It's crisp, it's clean, it's just electric environment at Petco, playoff environment, atmosphere. But the quality of baseball, the way that these teams are playing, just fantastic. And I'm seeing that the Dodgers won tonight. So we'll update you on the standings in a moment. Couple of things to get to. First things first, let's hit this.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
I mean, it's sort of like, okay, so where the game was won or lost, obviously the Cubs scored. First time the Padres lose in 12 home games, by the way. And it was Nico Hoerner's triple leading off the 10th inning that drove in the automatic runner. Darby Swanson is where the Cubs took the lead. But so many times in the late innings, the Padres bullpen coming through, the Cubs bullpen coming through, neither team able to push the run across. The Padres unable to score in those situations, and runner on third. They walk Tatis. Arraez swings at the first pitch, loops out. But it has to be Hoerner scoring Swanson, which leads me to...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
And I mean, this is it's a tough call. I'm going with a Padres player here because this is a Padres show, and we are going to go with Manny Machado. He hit the home run tonight, driving in the only run of the game for the Padres, a 9-pitch at bat. Usually they score more and they're better with runners in scoring position, but not tonight. Even though Manny struggled at other points in time tonight, he is your player of the game. It easily could be Vasquez. It easily could be any of the relievers who, again, were fantastic for San Diego. But it's Manny Machado. All right, real quick before we get on out of here, let's take a peek at the scoreboard. So let's look at the standings real quick. All right, so we have the Padres at 14-4. Let's see if that's updated with the loss tonight. Yes, 14-4. I got that right. 14-4, and we are looking at the Dodgers picked up the win. They're 12-6, 2 games out. Giants 12-5, a game and a half. So, still nice, comfortable lead in the West, and still the best record in baseball by a comfortable margin over everybody but the Giants and the Dodgers in their own division. And look at the Diamondbacks now creeping back up at 10-7. So 14-4, 12-5, 12-6, 10-7. And then, of course, the Rockies are atrocious at 3-13. But best division in baseball, I say it all the time, without a doubt. I think that, the Yankees, Blue Jays, Orioles, Red Sox, and Rays have something to say about that by the end of the year. But really, Padres, Giants, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, as good as it gets. And who knows, flip coins all over the place in that division. But I think the way the Padres pen's going And then obviously the offense, when you get Jackson Merrill and Cronenworth back, you're going to have to pick it up, score more runs. You're going to have to be a lot better with runners in scoring position. But I certainly have no reason to believe that the Padres will not be there in the thick of things throughout this season. And I do believe that that's definitely the case right now. So let's see if I missed anything real quick before we get on out of here. The opposite field liner off Matsui. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. 3-time batting champ Luis Arraez flies out. First save for Theobar. Machado homered after the 2 drop foul balls. Yeah, we pretty much got it. I mean, the way I guess I didn't mention how the Cubs tied it in the 6th, 2 singles and 2 sacrifice bunts. I mean, that's electric. That's playoff ball. That's National League all the way. Imanaga was good tonight for the Cubs, too. 4 hits in 5 innings, struck out 7, walked 3. Already mentioned that. Vasquez, 5 innings, 1 run, 7 hits. And, I mean, sometimes it works out in your favor. Sometimes it doesn't. They conceded the walk to Tatis after 2 balls. It was 2-0. They just said, take it. First and third, 2 outs. Arraez swings at the first pitch, loops it out to left. So we'll see. You know what I mean? And then tomorrow it'll be Matthew Boyd, 1-1 with a 1.59 ERA against Pivetta, 2-1 with a 1.59. And Pivetta was great his last time out. And Boyd, of course, has been great all season. And that is going to be a 110, I believe, first pitch. Let's see. That'll be 1:10 tomorrow, so we'll be here right after the game. And, of course, while you're here, smash that subscribe, hit the bell, come on and say hi in the chat, and come hang out tomorrow. It's like a perfect quitting time jam on a Wednesday. It's hump day, so it's the middle of the week. You turn in that corner over the hump, right, or before you hump. Come watch the show. Whatever it is, whichever version of hump day suits your fancy, we are here for you. Free tomorrow on Roku, free tomorrow on YouTube, and free tomorrow wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, iHeart, you name it, we got it. Padres fall to 14-4, 11-1 at Petco. 2-1 Cubs in the 10th inning with the tying run 90 feet away and the winning run on first base. Arraez flies out. Tomorrow it's Pivetta on the bump for the Padres, and we will be here with the postcast right after the game. Thank you so much for being here. You everydayers, we love you. And, of course, you newbies, come on back and see us day in and day out. We're free wherever you get your podcasts, YouTube, and, of course, Roku. And then also, don't forget your Padres podcast, Locked On Every Day with Javi. And then your second listen, Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Keep your game tight and your mind right, baby. And thank you for watching or listening to, whichever one you're doing, your free Padres postcast on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.